realized that it doesn't matter. It's like the same sentence which I keep repeating myself again and again. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. If you have the right to dream, then you can make it happen.
There's no one better than Ashwini actually to guide us through this masterclass, because it's all about supposed to be all about building the brand, but Ashwini's worked in advertising as well, so she knows all about brands. But what I like about her and what I really strongly believe in is that you can't build your brand until you do your work. And I think that's the most important thing. And Ashwini has proved that with her work over the years. She keeps her head down. She doesn't talk much to the press, even to, people like me who've been around for a long time. And she just focuses on her work. And I think that really is the number one thing. A lot of young people come up to me these days, Ashwini, and they say, how do we become influencers? How do we build a brand? How do we make a name for ourselves? And really, I'd like to give them the example of someone like you, who spent so much time, I think, since the age of 18, just working and working and doing all kinds of things. And I think that is the number one thing, that if you want to build your brand, first learn to work, and work very hard, and learn to do anything that is asked of you, of course, as long as it's legal and morally right. It shouldn't be something that is outside that domain. And the second point, which I feel is very important, again related to Ashwini, we'll discuss these 3 points together, that talk less, work more. That old 20-point program we used to have under Mrs. Gandhi, talk less, work more. Seriously, one of those points is really perfect. And the third point related to that is under promise and over deliver. I firmly believe that. Don't do the latter, over promise and under deliver. That's a terrible thing. Under promise, don't get the person's hopes too high, but always try and excel what you've said that you'll do. And these are 3 points first that I have about 10, Ashwini. So I'd like to discuss these 3 with you and really take people through your life, illuminate these points for them. Because just talk us through your early years in advertising. You, as far as I know, started work very young. You did all kinds of odd jobs, and you just wanted to learn. And you were lucky you got the right mentors, but you also chose the right people to mentor you. So let's talk a little about that, Ashwini.
Thank you, Kaveri ma'am. It's a humble, I just feel like last time I also told you, thank you so much for appreciating me and actually tapping the inner psyche of what I truly believe in. Maybe it's your experience of so many years and seeing so many people rise and reach their successes, and then maybe you also must be questioning the certain psyche of human behavior, especially with people like us as creative people. The one thing which I do believe is that it's important to know how to handle success, because success doesn't last too long. And it's also important to embrace failure and also learn to live that even if you do not have success, it's important to learn to stay without success. Because at the end of the day, everything you do is only about your work and work only. So that's what it is. So thank you so much for that. And Kaveri ma'am, you have been for far too long in the entertainment industry. You have been in spearheading India Today. And I will just say, when you were there in India Today, there was this competitor brand of yours, Forbes.
Yeah.
And so last year, I had got a call from, right after Panga released, I got a call from Forbes saying that you have been selected as India's self-made woman. And you are going to be on the cover. and I was like, this is a prank, this cannot happen. So because I don't know, I just got a call from Normally, and after Panga release, I wanted to like just shut off everything and just go inside and go back to my normal space, my work. Because too much of limelight also sometimes can wear you down. So it all looks nice on the outside, but yeah, everything has its pros and cons. You cannot like do, because we're talking here about branding. You cannot like not do your work and then not talk about it. In today's day and age, where you have so many platforms to talk about your work, it's important to have the right kind of I would say, in what measure do you want to talk about? And as you rightly said, the most important thing, which I also believe, is that let's first do our work and then talk about it. Once we are confident that we need to talk about it, we also need to talk about it. It cannot happen that you do not talk about it, is because we live in a day and age where even a normal toothpaste brand or even a shampoo be advertised, or even a detergent powder has to be advertised for people to go and buy it. If I was creating art of any form for my own self in my own space for the walls of my house, then it is okay to keep quiet about it and just be happy with whatever you've written or drawn or whatever, since we're talking about writing here. But if there is someone who has put in the effort to publish your book, has put in money, at the end of the day, it all ends up to someone putting in money for your creativity and how it translates it for their benefit also. So there's a very thin line between creativity and the economics of creativity. And since we are in the commercial art of writing or creativity, whether it's filmmaking, whether it's writing, whether it's being an artist, everywhere it is important. Even a singer, there is a tutor who has spent all his life teaching his student to sing, and there is a singer who goes onto a stage, but if the singer is inside the room just singing to his or herself, then no one's going to hear you. And if no one hears you, then how are you going to perform, or how are you going to be known in the eyes of people? So in the time when I was growing up, we didn't have I think our parents, I come from a very middle class family, like all of us, and if we didn't have the option, it was only math, science, engineering, doctor, teacher, or commerce, CA, every job, or even being a journalist, because those were things which we had seen. Our parents had grown up watching all that, and they knew that if you study this, then you will earn and you will make a living out of this education. So education, like I want to be a writer, or I want to be a singer, or I want to be an artist, was never the scheme of things. Is because the first answer answer I got from my mother was that, oh, we are not business people, we cannot sell paintings, or we cannot sell books, So I would say I'm 42 now, so after some 30 years, my mother now feels that, okay, oh, you wrote a book, wow. But the truth is that you need to have an alternate career, unless you are like a really famous writer and you have like done millions of copies and it's like a bestseller. I don't think so. Writing only a novel can really suffice in terms of paying the bills of your house. So it is very important to know, why are you writing? Are you writing for passion and you've reached a stage where it's okay that you just want to get out your creativity and everything is taken care of? Or you are writing because you of course want to make a career out of it. But most of the people across the world I know, they write their novels, but at the same time are professors, or they work in publishing houses, or
Right.
or have a freelance job in terms of writing before various newspapers or magazines. That parallel journey is very important, is because she's audible but very low. Okay. That parallel journey is very important, is because we write for passion, we do any form of creativity for passion, but at the same time we need to get paid for it also.
Yeah.
Coming back to the Forbes thing, so when they said that you're self-made and we are putting you on the cover, I said this is a joke. Then I really got a call, like it was from the editor of Forbes, and we had an interview. It really happened, and like all that, and I was on the Forbes cover, and with a few of very talented women in various sectors. And I questioned myself at that point of time, is that I do not know too many people to make that phone call and say, hey, I work so much, there's so many films which have come in, can you put me on the cover or do anything like that? I had not done any of that, not pitched for anything, and then I asked who were the juries, is because you get to know the jury only after you're selected. And I saw the juries on the website and in the magazine when it had got covered, and I realized that it doesn't matter. It's like the same sentence which I keep repeating myself again and again. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. If you have the right to dream, then you can make it happen. Maybe you won't be the first choice.
Yeah.
Eventually it will happen, and it only happens through work. It doesn't happen the way I look. It doesn't happen what clothes I wear.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. Yes, of course, everyone in this day and age are presentable, but it really doesn't matter what your outer appearance doesn't define your inner creativity. And that is something which has kept me going for so many years. Thank you for pointing out that you do it very quietly and then you do not talk much. Is that I do believe it's I follow mindful living, and I do believe that till the time you are not very confident about what you're doing, making noise before accomplishing anything is actually it works various ways, and there's no right or wrong to it. But for me, I think I'm over promising, and what if I under deliver?
Yeah, exactly.
But for some people it would be that, okay, let me tell the world, like gym instructors will always tell this, who people who are trying to do a good lifestyle would say, go and tell your best friend or go and tell the world, so that you are responsible and you have already told that I'm going to be doing this. So they will look forward to you whether you're doing it or not. So that's a very different psyche. That is important. But me, I feel that till the time it's not on paper, and till the time we have not developed the whole thing and we feel comfortable, and it's very important to be real to yourself. You can have a face to the world, another face, but you cannot have another face to yourself.
Absolutely.
And you have to really question yourself whether you truly are. There is a difference between talent and hardworking.
Right.
A lot of hardworking people and creative people will work really hard and make it big, and have books after books, or films after films, or maybe there are talented people who are inborn talented, that they just touch something and it just becomes gold. So we need to know where we are, and just work on that. And it's important to not feel very excited about our idea at the beginning. It's because I've seen a lot of youngsters who come to me with one-line ideas and think that they have arrived.
Right.
And they've got it. They've got that idea. But till the time you don't write it into a 10-pager and you do not know where it is going, you will never be able to judge whether it's a good idea or an okay idea, or it can be extended.
Right.
So,
and I want to tell viewers, someone said that she's audible but very low. But that's exactly what Ashwini is like. She's very low key. So please bear that in mind. So when she is talking, that's exactly who she is. She's really, I think she lives in a world of creativity, and she lives in a world of ideas. And we're very lucky that we have her today and she's talking to us, because usually she's so busy working that she doesn't have time to talk. Even as she's speaking to us, let me tell everyone that she's in the middle of she's about to premiere a short film and a part of an anthology on Netflix. She's working on a docudrama for Netflix. So she really is a busy woman. So thank you again, Ashwini. And I love this idea, and we talked about it earlier as well. There is also this you come from a space of no judgment, which is so important, because when we were talking about over promising and under deliver, you made the point that a lot of people do that, and that's their way. And our tendency is to always judge people, and I know that you don't, and you make a conscious effort of not judging people, and I think that's very important, just for an overall perspective of who you are. And the other very interesting point that you made was that you can present a face to the world, but you cannot fool yourself, so you really have to know who you are. Only then can you decide. And when you reflect who you are, when we talk about brand authenticity, this is a very trendy word these days, as you know, Ashwini, everybody talks about authenticity, but that is what you said, that the best brand is when you reflect who you actually are, isn't it? You don't have to fake it, and the only faking sometimes that you have to do is that you have to psych yourself up sometimes to tell the world. But if you don't tell the world, as you said, then how will they know? If you don't talk about yourself, then how will the world know? मतलब दुनिया को कैसे पता चलेगा कि आप कौन है? आपको भी अपने आप के बारे में बात करनी पड़ेगी, and that is also very important. But
it's a very good learning actually.
But वो सही time, you have to choose the right time. वो सही time चुनना पड़ता है. हाँ, तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा बात करते हैं अश्विनी. वो सही time कब आता है? कब आपको लगता है हाँ अब मैं बात कर सकती हूँ, या अब मैं अपने आप को थोड़ा sort of project कर सकती हूँ.
Yeah, so there's a very thin line there, and so if you see, so I'm a big fan of Murakami, and I'm a big fan of a lot of writers. There's Chitra ma'am who has written the amazing books.
Illusions, yeah.
I know Palace of Illusion, and I don't want to pronounce the name wrong of the book. Therefore, I stopped there.
Right.
That's not right. It's disrespectful. So I've studied a lot of writers, and I've also studied a lot of filmmakers. And I'm a big fan of David Fincher. And kind of when I see all their trajectory, it is that when Murakami is writing, he just writes.
Right.
And he shuts out the whole world from him. And these are some things which I think we can absorb. Like when I was writing Mapping Love, I remember you calling me, and I just pick up. And I understand that was wrong on my part, but I think it is okay to give that leverage to creative people.
Yes.
Because then what happens is then you start deviating. And once you get into that world, it's like a slow burner, Once you get into that world, then you want to know more. Then you want to know what is happening around you. So either it's there or it's here for that little time where you have to be focused on what you do. It is like a doctor doing surgery. When they are inside the
operation theater,
they are not like looking at the phone and looking at these things or doing anything. They're just concentrating. The art of concentration in this digital world is one of the most important assets,
right,
which anyone can have.
Right.
That if you can just leave your phone for some time, or you have a digital detox every week, at least for 2 days or 1 day, it would be really nice to see how it changes, is because then you start concentrating on your writing. And also the discipline which comes along with writing is that we all are very busy people as mothers, as working people, and as someone who has so much to do every day, all of us here. We need to find time for ourselves, either in the morning or in the evening. Grass is always green on the other side. I think we all need to find our own schedule of when we can write. Like, I'm not an early morning person, I'm not a late night person.
Right.
Sometime in the evening works really well. At 4 to 7, then I'm fine. It's because the kids go out to play. When I was working at home, or then you need to find a time and you need to just say, okay, 4 to 7 is, and this will guilt trip there. 4 to 7 is going to be my time. I'm going to be writing, and nothing around the world will disturb me. But initially when I started that, like anyone, every time I used to sit and write, I had all the to-do list which will come in front of me. Every time I would want to know ki yaar, my house didi like asked me for something and I've not paid her for that. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, that thing is happening. I have to make that one phone call that time only. So everything happens only when I'm going to start writing. Then I realize that, Ashwini, you're not planning your life better. So you have a goal that you want to write a book. The book can happen only if you write. It's not going to come flying from God saying that, okay, here's this book, please go finish it. So I said, okay, I'm going to take half an hour before and say, these are all the things I'm thinking about. It's like meditation. When you start meditating, the first thing is you'll have hundreds of things going in your mind. Then once you start thinking of all that, then your mind is blank and then you go into that space. So actually you're meditating only for 20 minutes, but the chatter is for 1 hour. So that is what I decided. The other thing which I realized is that once we are ready with our work, we should not, and I think this comes from a very upbringing or a very middle class family kind of thought behavior, is that don't talk too much about your work. It's
yeah, bilkul.
A very close friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, who told me, you don't have to feel guilty to talk about your work. It's your work. It's not anyone else's work.
And who else will talk about it, Ashwini?
Yeah, if you do not talk, who else is going to talk about it? And he told me this in as many words when I said, oh, what the world will think, why is she talking so much about her work? And what happened was I had back-to-back so many things happening. I have Mapping Love, I have Ankahi Kahaniyan, I have Breakpoint, then I'm starting my web series. So I just felt that, oh, what will the world think? I'm just like, here being talking too much. But then he told me that, no, I think you're just talking about work. So, and you've done this, so it's important who's going to listen to you.
Yeah.
Only if you talk about your work is someone going to listen to you.
Exactly.
And then someone will go buy it.
Yeah.
Only if I now talk about Ankahi Kahaniyan and go take that extra effort is when someone will see and say, okay, let me log on to Netflix and watch it.
Yeah.
And Netflix has put in money. Ronnie Screwval has put in money. So Ashi Dua has got all the directors together. So there is so much. So I do feel that the thin line that how much you need to be and how much you don't need to be is very important. But once, so you wrote it, you finished it, and then now is the time to give at least 1 week of your time to talk about your work. But do it. This is my thing. Be who you are. We cannot be someone who we are not. So that is something which I truly believe in. That it is very, very important to not forget where I come from. And there are some things which I may not be able to do. And it's okay. Maybe I may not be a good orator, or maybe I cannot speak as much, or maybe I'm not good in front of camera when journalists come and interview me. But that's who I am, and it's okay for me to say this is what I am and this is what it is. So when that reality check happens, it's great. But then after that, and this is, I think I've spoken to you, Kaveri ma'am, before this on I think Bareli Ki Barfi, is that this success, all these things, people liking your work is all very transitory.
Bilkul.
Because creativity is so subjective that what you may like today, someone else may not like it. But you made it is because you wanted to do it, and there are people who believed in your idea and wanted to make it happen. So giving due respect to all of them. Nothing is black and white. There will be some people who won't like your work. There will be some people who will not talk good about your work, and there will be some people who would say, "Haan, theek hai, this is fine.
Right.
Let's see what happens next."
Yeah.
All those things are like very normal. It is important to like just showcase your work and then leave it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And leave it and not be too attached to it. The art of detachment, I think, is the most important thing. To not take anything too seriously, because we as emotional people would like, even if our closest people, like you have written something, someone wants to write a poem book, or wants to write a short story. And the first thing they do is that they go and show it to their closest confidant.
Right.
And the person looks at it and says, "Ye kya likha hai?" That is that person's point of view.
Very good.
Do you believe in your work? I think belief is the most important thing. And then you just need to move on. It's because most of the time, half of the writers do not progress in writing is because someone out there said that they are not good enough.
Absolutely. I think that is really important. And, that can set you back on a spiral, and, you can really sort of take that to heart, and it becomes like a mental block. You have to, that power of self-belief, Ashwini, as you said, is really something that is very important. So while you know exactly when to talk, you also know exactly who you are and what you're capable of, and you believe in your own potential. I think that is very important, and I'm glad you said that out there, because as women, we anyway suffer from that whole imposter syndrome. Hame lagta hai, no, we're not as good as we think we are, because culturally we've been conditioned, na?
Exactly.
आप हाँ तो ठीक है, आप अच्छा लिखते हैं तो ठीक है, आप अच्छा काम करते हैं ठीक है, बट अच्छा बाय द वे आपके बेटे क्या करते हैं, या मतलब how much time do you spend at home, do you cook, do you do this, बात फिर से family पे आ जाती है, and something or the other, we all can't have perfect lives, but there's always someone trying to guilt trip us. So I think that's very important to switch off all that noise around you. I think that's
as simple as that. घर पे खाना बनाते हैं, and we always look for acknowledgement.
Very cool.
अपने बच्चे से भी acknowledgement मांगते हैं, अपने husband से acknowledgement मांगते हैं, अपने मतलब सास, ससुर, माँ, सब लोग. माँ तो वैसे ही बोलेगी अच्छा नहीं, मैं ज्यादा अच्छा बनाती हूँ. So that is the like one norm. But we seek acknowledgements everywhere, and we get into this trip where it is, I am working because I'm seeking validation.
Very good.
And the moment we stop seeking validation and we just do things for ourselves, whether today I am making a feature film, I'm lucky that maybe with so many years of work, with just truly my work, I have known people now in the industry. But it's only if I had to seek so much of validation, then I don't think so I can survive.
Yeah, and
any industry for that matter, because you first need to validate yourself. And I do feel that comparison is a road to disaster, is because comparison on your own levels with anyone, because everyone has their own journey. Everyone has
मेरी शर्ट से सफेद क्यों है, that old.
So everyone has their own journey, and everyone has their own way of accomplishing things. No one is similar. That's why God made different people who are not similar looking, except maybe twins or something. They're also different in nature. So I do feel that is the most important thing, that when you stop acknowledging, and also the art of saying thank you.
Yes, very important.
This also someone told me, that when someone gives you a compliment, why are you like,
yeah, you just say thank you.
and this happened during in Bareli Ki Barfi for me, and also before that, is that I think whatever work I've done, it's like, oh, so nice, such nicely directed, and what an amazing film and all this stuff. No, it's because of the whole team, it's because of this, it's because of that. I've credited everyone, which is nice. I need to credit everyone because we all work in a team. But why are you forgetting yourself?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's typical behavior of any woman. Most men never have that problem. They will take credit for anything that other people will also do. So really, this is wonderful, Ashwini. I'd like to just open it up to...
There's also a lot of times, when women get credit for whatever, like even if they're cooking at home and they get credit for the food they have made, they give credit to the husband or maybe the grocery wala who sends some really nice groceries.
Vegetables.
The vegetables are very good. That's why the food has become very good today.
Absolutely. I mean, you really got the spirit of what most of us are, really. May I just open it up to the audience a bit? We don't have much time, but I think a lot of people would like to ask Ashwini some questions, and I don't want to monopolize her. But really, I think what she told us today is really what the art of brand building is. She talked to us about work. She talked to us about how to promote yourself. She talked to us about how to know yourself first before you do all that. And she also taught us, reminded us that we tend to not give enough credit to ourselves, which is actually the most important thing. So she really captured the essence of what a brand building is all about.
Ashwini ma'am, I want to make a career out of writing. Actually, basically, I'm a civil engineer, but I really don't have any interest in engineering. And from childhood, I have a passion for writing. Even when I was 5 years old, I used to write short stories. But the people around me, they don't give me that space to write. I have just got the degree of engineer, but I don't have any interest in making a career out of it. I want to make a career out of writing.
Are you working right now?
No, just before my marriage, I left my work due to this COVID situations and I was a design engineer, and I was not having any interest in that. Just sitting before laptop and making all those designs, I don't have any interest in that. I want to put all the creativity and write something. Even every time I'll be writing somewhat the other things like short stories or short quotes, anything. But the people around, they don't understand this thing. So how can I convince?
Yeah, so that's exactly what we were trying to say. See, since you're not working now and you've quit and you're trying to go for your honeymoon right now, so I think the most amazing thing to do is to, since you're not having a career in engineering right now, is to not speak too much and just go ahead and do it. And when you're saying people are not allowing me, who are the people who are not allowing you? It's your husband or your nearest and dearest one.
My husband is very supportive.
Exactly. Then why are you so much? It is just about picking up your laptop and starting writing, or take a book and write anywhere. I think writers have the most amazing thing because they can go and write anywhere.
But they keep asking me, why don't you
in your bathroom? You can write anywhere. But no one is stopping you other than your own self. That's what I would say. Is that
my relatives and all, they keep asking me, why don't you join back to the job? Why don't you continue as a designer?
Sorry, I should not be like saying this thing, but I think you should just be doing your own thing and not listening to relatives too much. Because that famous song, Na Logo Ka Kaam Hai Kehna. So you should focus on your work, and I think this talk less and just get onto the drawing board, like start writing.
Right.
And another very beautiful thing is that, and this is what I learned during Mapping Love, is that you like reading books, right?
Yeah.
So Instagram is like an amazing place to show your talent. And during Mapping Love, I came across so many young, talented people, boys and girls, especially girls, who are studying or who have another job or who are homemakers, but have so much of liking for reading and talking about what they have read, that they have so many followers. They have completely made a small time career out of it. And I think that's the best way to go, is that you like writing and you like reading. So it's nice to go open a page and just start commenting or writing reviews on the book you like, your own reviews, and no one is going to stop you from that. And slowly and steadily those will start picking up, and that's how you can gain your interest, a hobby, into something worthwhile. Maybe now this is your hobby and you are enjoying it is because this is what you want to. So once you start enjoying this part as a hobby, then maybe you'll take up your design engineering and then do both together.
Right, absolutely.
Also, I'd also like to take this opportunity to tell Lubna, I'm sure she must be very active in the aspiring writers community, but a lot of your motivation, inspiration, a lot of things that Ashwini also and Kaveri also mentioned, you know, to learn from each other and how to keep, like, maine aaj 100 words likhe hai. There are, you know, all of those prompts also that are pick up those prompts from the aspiring writers community and actually put them to practice. So then they actually will be useful in that sense as well.
आपसे एक क्वेश्चन था कि अगर सेल्फ मेड कहते हैं तो ये सेल्फ मेड का, अगर एक औरत सेल्फ मेड होना चाहती है तो उसके लिए बेसिक थिंग क्या है? जैसे कुछ पॉइंट्स अगर हम फॉलो करें, सभी औरतों को एक आप अपनी ओर से एडवाइस दें कि सेल्फ मेड होने के लिए कुछ चीजों का होना जरूरी है, तो वो क्या चीजें हैं?
मुझे लगता है सेल्फ मेड होने के लिए मुझे नहीं पता था कि ये वर्ड सेल्फ मेड होती है, पर जब फोर्ब्स ने किया तो मतलब वाह, सेल्फ मेड वुमन इज लाइक अ थिंग. So it's a new term which has actually come in right now, is because some form a journey, some get it easy, some have a lineage of things, and some make it on their own. So maybe making on your own is called self-made. I do feel it is like what Kaveri ma'am said, that you need to keep working, keep not losing your vision, and keep working, not thinking of the end goal. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत बार ऐसे होता है, इट्स वेरी सिंपल, राइट? यू गो ऑन टू इंस्टाग्राम, आप एक पिक्चर डालते हो, फिर वापस आप देखते हो कितने सारे लाइक्स है. अगर आपने वो फोटो डाल दिया और छोड़ दिया उसको, आपको अच्छी लगी तो बस आप दूसरी पिक्चर डालो, फिर तीसरी पिक्चर डालो. It is, I think, continuously like what we have discussed, this validation thing is what will put all of us down. Right. So it's important, like, to just keep working, and it could be as simple as writing. It could be as simple as, it is amazing to see so many homemakers, and during the lockdown we could see that so many homemakers who have gone and made YouTube channels to show their cooking skills and to teach so many people. I think we all survived on, you know, looking at some recipes and making, but that happened not because of validation. That happened is because they truly loved what they did,
right? And
they wanted a source of acknowledgement in the form of making this. And slowly things build, is because never lose hope. I do feel that someone will notice someday. Maybe some people will take 1 year, some people will just not take any time, but it will eventually happen.
Right. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Like, आपको नहीं लगता कि मेरे को एक दिन में, अभी कावेरी मैम है तो थोड़ा फायदा उठा रही है उस चीज का, एक दिन मुझे इंडिया टुडे के कवर में होना है, पर मे बी अभी टाइम नहीं है, वो होगा, कभी ना कभी होगा. It is not wrong to dream.
Yeah,
it is not wrong to dream. Maybe a woman who designs well would want to have her own boutique one day. A woman who writes well may want to have, in whatever language. English is just another language. You're good at Hindi, please go ahead and write your Hindi poems. You know, I always used to say this thing, and a lot of women in the small towns in middle India, the Hindi is so amazing. I met so many of them. और मैं हमेशा ये मतलब रिकॉर्डिंग करेंगे तो कितना अच्छा रहेगा इनका आवाज. It's basically that. It's basically opportunity. And in today's day and age where people, I'm sorry to say this, but are reading less and hearing more, podcast is the new thing and so easy to make a podcast. Without Medium is another place where you can write your own blogs. Hashtags are the most important thing, is because the moment you do hashtag, everyone knows.
Yeah.
Food bloggers, food writers, you can write on anything.
Bilkul.
You can write on your neighborhood, and
Yeah.
that becomes like a thing.
मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि आप जो फिल्म के लिए स्टोरीज लिखती हैं तो उसकी शैली कुछ अलग होती है क्या? मतलब किस तरह से लिखती है, उसका क्या पैटर्न होता है लिखने का?
मैम, जब हम लोग स्क्रीन प्ले लिखते हैं तो भले ही हम नॉवेल लिखे या स्क्रीन प्ले लिखे, 10 पेज तो होना जरूरी है आपका स्टोरी का, कि आपको पता चले कि हर स्टोरी में एक बिगनिंग होती है, मिडिल होती है और एंड होता है. वो तो हर सबके लाइफ में होता है. जैसे आप एक कहानी बताते हो तो उसमें क्या होता है वो तो बताते हो, कैरेक्टर्स को आप एस्टैब्लिश करते हो, फिर बीच में कुछ हो जाता है, फिर एक एंड, उसका एक सुझाव भी होती है. सो बेसिकली बिगनिंग मिडिल एंड, वो अगर आप 10 पेज में लिखेंगे वो तो सब, भले ही आप नॉवेल लिखो, नॉवेल में कभी कभी आप लिख देते हो बट फिर जैसे जैसे स्टोरी बढ़ती जाती है आप कहाँ पे भी जंप कर सकते हैं. स्क्रीन प्ले में ऐसा नहीं होता. स्क्रीन प्ले में जैसे ही आप 10 पेज का सिनॉप्सिस लिख देते हो, उसके बाद आपको वन लाइनर लिखने की बहुत जरूरत पड़ती है, क्योंकि वन लाइनर्स आपको बता देता है कि आपकी स्क्रीन प्ले कैसे होने वाली है. वो वन लाइनर्स में आप आपका जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं उसको आप इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हो. आप उनका जो लैंग्वेज है, थोड़े थोड़े डायलॉग्स लिख सकते हो. जैसे कि अगर मैंने बरेली की बर्फी का एक एग्जांपल दिया और उसकी ओपनिंग सीक्वेंस है, उसके बाद क्या होता है, तो आई वुड से दैट द सीन ओपन्स ऑन Bitty Mishra and her father and mother. Father and mother are early morning risers and are praying to God, where the mother and father fight. और मे बी फादर बोलता है कि यार तुमने मेरी सिगरेट देखी है. Scene 2, daughter sleeping in the bed, not woken up. Mother wakes her up. Daughter refusing to wake up. Scene 3, father talking to daughter saying कि तुमने मेरी चुराई है, तुम देखो. Father daughter having a argument. So that's how you have to keep moving on, and then इसका screenplay बनता है. So and उसमें आपको पता चल जाता है कि आपकी स्टोरी का फ्लो क्या है.
तो स्टोरीज लिखते समय कितने कैरेक्टर साथ में रखने जरूरी हैं?
मैम, आपके ऊपर डिपेंड है. आप एक स्टोरी एक पर्सन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी लिख सकते हो, आप 3 लोगों के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी लिख सकते हो, बट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू किसका है वो लिखना बहुत जरूरी होता है, कि किसकी तरफ से आप स्टोरी बोल रहे हो.
Okay.
Hi Ashwini, I recently just published my first children's book. Thank you. And it was like the book launch was a success. There was a lot of hype around it, but since then it's gone down. And like, I just want to know, how do I hype it up again? How do I get people talking about the book again?
Yeah, so congratulations. We need a lot of more children writers who can write books for children. It's so important, is because I think this generation is still following a lot of the Harry Potters and the Incredibles, and they know more of them than our own characters. So I do feel that we need a whole lot of children books and a lot of children movies also, actually. I think the only way to hype is that people, the truth of the matter is that the people's attention span is very less, and the remembrance value is also very less. So it's like you have to keep harping, like you get these messages, for loans or for cars or something, and or even if you go to a parlor, a beauty salon, you will quickly get a message the next time you've missed that one date, and they'll have it in their database, and they'll keep messaging you saying that, "Arey, you did your facial, you come back and do your facial again." So you have to keep harping that, because what if you forget and you go to some other place? That's the thing. So I do believe that it is important to not shy, which I was talking about Pele. It's important to not be shy and to not do an overkill of it, but take excerpts from your book, take a little moments from your book, or talk about how you came to be writing this book. Because now, since it is in the market and it was well received, usually people like to know behind the work, what happens, the journey. And I think it'll be very nice for you to write, you know, this is how I got this idea. A lot of people ask me how I got this idea, and this is how I got this idea. And just put a few snippets, and then you can go on to, like, you know, showing a little bit of your process of writing that book with a few photographs or something like that. If you're good at videos, then you can actually make a self video of yours and put that. You're very pretty looking, so I'm sure you can do that, and you can speak well, and speak in the language you're comfortable in. It really doesn't matter. I think it's important to put a few doses every week or every 3-4 days with something that will say, अरे हाँ यार ये तो book था, sorry वापस जाता हूँ, वापस हम लोग ले लेते हैं ये book. It's important. Ads भी जब आते हैं तो वापस आती है ना, वापस आता है, कभी बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है. But it's important not to overkill, but to do it graciously. Okay, slowly आप डालते जाओ.